Hi, good afternoon, my friends, my people, my followers, my listeners, my pupils, my listeners, my people. Today, October 13th, 2022. Today is the Saint Eduardo's Days, the onomastic day of one of my bosses. I have two bosses in my job because I'm having I have a one formal job and another one. I'm co-working. I'm playing ball with him. He's my cousin-in-law, and the other one, my formal office is ruled and is directed by my cousin, my cousin Javierote, the one I love much because he's very good to me. He's an excellent person. He's a kind-hearted. So, well, my friends, now again in the Corte Inglés, one of the little. Muchísimas gracias. Muchas gracias, señorita. Yeah, gracias. One of my little bit merriment in life, because life is hard. I won't deny you. I would like to. Well, my friends, this week has been a special week due to yesterday, Wednesday, the middle of the week. Was a bank holiday in Spain, the Day of the Nation, the National Day, with the national parade in Madrid. So my friends, yesterday evening, two nights ago, I felt bad. I felt badly because of my hernia, because of my tear under my belly skin, and besides, it's was the coincidence such as that day I was supposed to have visited the doctor, but at the last minute I canceled my appointment with the doctor at the last minute, and so that's the thing. That was something I shouldn't have done, but I did it very consciously. I was aware of it because I don't want. I cannot tolerate be laid down on a trolley on a stretcher, on a stretcher. Stretcher is camilla, where the common people are laid on. So the lay down es imponer las reglas. To lay down the rule. Lay down es tenderse, recostarse. To have a lay on, echar una siesta, ir a echar una siesta, a dormir la siesta, to sleep a nap. So my friends, the thing is that yesterday evening. So as I was telling you earlier, right here, right now, 2 nights ago I felt sick. In fact, I went to bed at 9 p.m. and I couldn't fall asleep till 2 o'clock a.m. Definitely, the thing is that despite that, because of that, next morning, yesterday morning, I got up at nearly 12 o'clock. And in the evening I went to see my uncle Santiago to do one favor to his wife, my aunt Alicia, I drove my car to Saint Domingo Conurbation. Conurbation is urbanización, which is in the outskirts. Outskirts is nuestra radio. Conurbation, he's living in Santo Domingo city, Ciudad Santo Domingo, which is more or less about 30 kilometers away from Salamanca's district, the one I'm living in. That's the thing I have always. That's the place I've always lived in since I was born, So the thing is that it's the Golden Mile, La Milla de Oro, and in fact that's my reason for driving my car to his home to take some authorization for picking up some tests of my own. I have done this morning, my friend I can tell you something important in life, which is that it's my obsession. It's a fixation on my mind. I am one-track-minded, you know. To be one-track-mind es tener una sola idea en la cabeza. En mi caso, como vosotros sabéis bien, es el inglés. But the English is not for win. No es por capricho. It's not just to win. It's something because it's really because I would like to have a second job, a job which a job as a freelance, which made it possible to me to depend on myself, you know, because it's my biggest desire, my greatest desire, my greatest wish, you know, in life, you know, because there is no way as good, there is nothing as good as depending on oneself. Otherwise, I mind you something about this point, you know, which is that I'm depending on my uncle Javierote, but I don't want to be depending on anyone else. However much my cousin Javierote, he is an excellent person. He has a rather kind heart, but despite this fact, I don't like to be depending on him, because in this life I want to be economically independent, you know, because this is nothing in the world as good as depending on oneself, you know. So that's my desire, that's my goal, and that's the thing I'm fighting for every one day at every one time, my friends. One job which enables me to looking after, paying for my mother living, you know, for my mom's living, you know. So the thing is that I want to pay for my mom's living, as well as depending on myself, as well as fencing for myself in economical point of view, you know. So that's my reason for these words of mine right here, right today, you know. And that's the thing I will try to do. I will try to get at any expense, you know. So my friends, I'm sad again, because I think I'm looking at my watch. I know what the time is, you know. Aquí os digo what time is it, but I want to know what the time is. Adiós, encantado. So that's one of the advantages of being a client of an elegant place such as the Corte Inglés, you know, that the Corte Inglés have its selected range or group of clients like me, obviously, you know, and so that's my reason for coming here every day to have coffee. Due to I'm delightfully treated, you know. It's an elegant place, and that's my reason for taking my mother here to have a coffee as well, you know. So that's my reason for my future, and my future is definitely to hold my mother as long as possible, you know. Because I know full well that she is getting drunk. I'm getting drunk as well. Next summer I will turn out my 50th birthday, and so this is an old age. It's not it's a senior age, you know. So that's my reason for thinking like that. So that's my speech for today. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.